question comes from Lawrence, and he asks, how can I save my marriage when my partner is in the throes of a midlife crisis and wants to throw everything away?
Oh, wow. Well, again, a midlife crisis can come in all different shapes and forms and for all different reasons. I'm going to go with this question though and assume that he means that his partner is possibly in her mid 40s, hence midlife. It's usually when these crises happen, possibly going through some major hormonal changes. And again, what's kind of misunderstood about that time is that it can, going through those changes can mimic symptoms of depression, can mimic symptoms of anxiety. The libido dramatically drops, and so people just really aren't particularly interested in sex anymore or their partner. So there's lots of things going on. That's what could be happening physically in a midlife crisis. Emotionally, and the definition of an emotional midlife crisis is I'm taking a look at my life, and this is not what I wanted.
Oh, wow.
I'm looking around and this isn't, what happened? How am I 40 something years old? This isn't the home I wanted. This isn't the job I wanted. This isn't the lifestyle I wanted. This isn't what I signed up for. What matters in that is, twofold. I hope the person who's going through it can learn to appreciate what they have, love what is, get to a place where they're grateful for all that's the thing. But since I'm not talking to that person, and that's very important, I would actually start to talk to the person who asked the question, which is, are you listening? What kind of changes are you willing to make to save your marriage? Are you willing to move? Are you willing to change your lifestyle? Maybe buy a smaller home and travel more? Are you willing to move to a different country because that person has always wanted to be someplace? What are you willing to do? Because a midlife crisis in an emotional sense means I'm looking around, and if I'm thinking this is another 40 years of my life, I'm out. This is not what I'm going for. This is not what I plan on doing. This was not what I hoped for my life. And those issues, while they don't have to be extreme, it's not that we have to move to Egypt and quit our jobs and so on and so forth, but what can we look at about those needs? What's going on that we could possibly fulfill within our lives? Could we travel more? Could we change jobs? Could we do things differently? Can we become vegetarians? Can we take up yoga? I don't know what it is that person is feeling. This isn't all that I want out of life. I hope that they realize that they can, if their partner's willing, they can bring them along.
Nice.
They can change. They can go on that journey and they can grow together. And a midlife crisis, by the way, handled correctly in a marriage isn't a bad